What's going on, boys? Long-awaited Eddie Boy podcast. There's a lot of shit happening in the league, and we've been on a little hiatus, but we're back. And we got a lot to discuss. I also want to congratulate Coach Mish, Lou Z,
aka the
found his Nasib, and Billy Ayin Hara. We're all gonna find ours very soon.
BH.
Anyways,
let's get into it. So to break down, we got the semifinal matchups. We got the Disco Crodies facing off against Lenin's Shiduk. So we want to do a little deep dive into each player, how they're playing, and break down from there.
And before that, I'll just I think we should also dive into the first round of the playoff matchups. Last week it was Disco Crodies, Linser, myself, SD Data, Bagger, and Aharon versus Durdens, and one of the best games of the season, high intensity the whole way, and we fucking clutched it out.
Yeah,
somehow, some way. So
Turner hit a big shot, down three with a minute to go. Hit a big three to tie it up, and high intensity game. That ref was dog shit. Ari almost got ejected.
He did get ejected, but I saved his ass. And I will say also, being in that type of game, that it was like it actually felt like a playoff game. Like you watch like NBA playoffs, like guys that were shooting 45% in the regular season, and then they step into the playoffs. They don't even take a three. They don't even get it. Like it was just a low scoring battle. Very physical.
Shout out Mo Muss, first year in the club. We hope to see you back.
Sure.
Yeah, really good add to the club. But let's get into this week's matchup.
What was the other game? You got to give some dap also to Union Square.
Union Square beat us.
Beat Lucy, and
without Yoni, Manopla _ gave us his revenge game for not making the playoffs.
Sure.
Contrary to what Manopla thinks, the team with the least wins usually doesn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. And side note, I will say this about Luzi's squad. Luzi and David, at one point in the season, they actually looked unbeatable, and they looked like they had the two best 1-2 guys in the league. Luzi and David at one point were both averaging like 25 each or some shit. And that's just, it's a great thing about the league that you never know.
Good parity.
Good parity
Sure. Going on.
And Union Square, there was at times they looked like the shittiest team. They lost us by 40 and end up beating the team that was in first place majority of the season and had to bye up until the last week. Yeah.
Linzer versus Shia. Shia, finalist for MVP. Been fucking dogging everyone all year. Rack been unstoppable, 2010 machine, looking like 2011 David Lee. Schuster's doing his thing. Kenny, most improved player ballot. Ferret knocking down corner threes, and JLB. You got a really good 3-and-D guy in JLB. Now for the Crodies, you got Linz, who's been since the first two games. I called my cousin, I'm dope, Mo Lintz out at a family function. I was like, yo, E. Lintz is dog shit. And since then, he's been putting 35 on everyone's head pretty much every game. Turner does his thing, averages 4.6 points we have right here.
Anyways, let me say some shit about Lenin Shiduk. Obviously, besides Lenin and, of course, Mo Shia, because he won last year, any guy on that team, Kenny, Rack, Schuster, and Ferret, all in some way. I know Rack was a nominee, but all 3 and 4 of those eye gays could have a case for most improved, depending on how you score it. Ferret, I don't even think he scored last year. The guy, first of all, he has one of the prettiest jumpers in the league.
We would know if you took stats last year.
That's true. Schuster was probably the biggest bot in the league last season and having a much better year. Rack, obviously, just on a tear. 2010 David Lee, by the way, that's your mistake.
True.
And who was the other Ige? Kenny is just.
No, Kenny's unstoppable.
Kenny's Josh Hart regular season. He's just a guy
Kenny
you
looks
want on
great.
your fucking team.
Kenny looks great.
And if you really disregard the ugly jumper, just
Whatever.
a great Ige.
We got a lot to run through.
Yeah, for sure. I don't want to glaze. I'm not glazing.
All right.
I'm playing.
So, whatever. Everyone's been playing well. SD's been playing really well for the Crodies. But I did want to highlight No Aharon Valinsky for the semifinal. He's really dope. He got a sick internship in Israel and shit.
Is that what it was?
Type.
Okay.
So he'll be out there.
He'll be out there, probably doing some 2C.
Likely
doing some 2C. The internship is a bullshit.
If he got
obviously.
one thing from his successful real estate broker brother Aryeh, then
And
we'll definitely
side note on Aryeh, if you're listening to this, please lease out that space on 39th and 9th because it's been 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this, we might get GTA 6 before that space is leased.
We need that space.
I just want to know who the fuck is gonna be there. Is it a Starbucks? Is it a Lenwich?
Legit.
Anyways,
because if I catch traffic on the way to the Lincoln Tunnel, on the way to Deal,
I'm saying they closed off the move. Meaning during the time of the move, I could have picked up a sandwich right before the move if it was leased or something.
100%.
Anyways, if it's
makes a great point. Makes a great point.
Yeah.
Either way, I'd be remiss if I didn't pick Shiesty in this one to win by 4. I think the Crodies are going to keep it close. They have been all season. I've been disrespecting them all season, so I'll stay disrespecting.
Lucy standing on his hate like Charles Barkley with the Knicks. He told me before we played him in I think week 2 or something, or week 3. He said, you have no shot of winning tonight. I'm like, suck it. And then I'm like, we're winning this league. He's like, you actually have 0 shot of winning this league. And we're proving them wrong. And I'm going to say this about one of my fucking best friend, honestly. Eddie Lintzer's my best friend.
No, he's not.
Eddie Linzer is my
hates
best
you.
fucking
He
friend.
hates
And I'm
you.
going to say this about
He
him.
fucking hates you. But he's a dog.
I'm going to say this. Eddie Linzer was not on the MVP sheet. Everybody slanders our team. Oh, it's just Linzer and a bunch of fucking bums. This guy is averaging 40 a game. He's in the fucking semis. And he went off every single game. I don't know why he's not a nominee.
Linzer,
he should be the fucking MVP.
Linzer from game 3 to game 6. I'll read you his stats right here.
It's a fucking joke.
37, 28, 26, 30.
It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke.
Kick a ball. But let's get into matchup number 2. I'm
gonna say
you're gonna pick yourself.
I'm gonna pick my team. Honestly, I think we're just hot. And honestly, the guy SD. If you look at SD from week 1 till week now, he actually looks like he went on sliders or he bought some VC and he fucking upgraded his bag. That's what SD looks like from week 1. He's a my career that started at 65 and now he's an 86.
Speaking of that, we're going into Yoni and Mike Nat. Speaking of sliders, 65 to 86. Chaz, MVP of the league, along with Yoni, Sal, Chad, Sweatpants, and Murr, Jacob Haddad. Let's get into basically all of those guys individually. Yoni, to be honest, disappointing first year in the club.
Yeah.
If we're gonna say, if we're gonna speak honestly here, I thought Yoni, was on the same playing field as Mike Nat. Doesn't seem like that's the case.
It's not.
ET.
No, it's not. I mean, the truth is, Yoni V in his first Eddie Boy game threw down a dunk.
He did throw
and
down
everyone
a dunk.
thought it was going to be over. And I just think him and J-Had is just not.
They're not gelling.
They're not gelling.
They're not gelling.
I think J-Had is. I don't even know. He has his tendencies to take it to the basket and throw up some whack shit. Sometimes they go in, and then I don't even know. Listen, I like the team, and I think they're going to beat Mike Nat. They started
The
off slow.
question is, will Yoni play?
Ah.
Yoni game time decision.
Is that
He's out for baseball on Sunday, so I got
That's
that.
good.
Per Woj, he's out. He's out Sunday, but I think he's gonna dog it out and play. Do I think they win the game? They match up very well defensively. Yoni, in my estimation, I voted for him as Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's the best defensive player in the league. Like I don't even think
his
it's
presence is unmatched.
he's rim defense. He can guard 1 through 5.
Yeah. You won't even. You'll,
And I think it would be a mistake if they put Jacob Haddad on Mike Nat. And Jacob Haddad
I disagree.
is top 3 defender in the league as well.
I disagree because I think Yoni could stay in the paint and do his shit there, and then I think Jay had, even if Mike Nat goes for 35, he's gonna feel it at the end of the night, and he's gonna have fucking bruises, and he's gonna be gassed.
I hear it.
And he's gonna make him work for every single bucket. So I think it would be stupid to not put Jay on Mike. And then listen, I think this game is gonna come down to, like it's been for that team, how could the other guys step up? Could Chaz go on a barrage? Could Sal hit those corner shots? Could Mid-Chad not be a complete zero? And Murr, Murr.
We need to see more out of Murr.
We need to see.
We've seen Murr.
I know Murr could do it. Murr could be.
We need to see more.
Sure.
He's got to be more aggressive defensively and offensively.
Yeah. I think if Yon is playing, I think that means that he's playing. If he's not able to shoot the ball, he's not going to play.
Yeah.
So if he's playing, he's there, and I'm taking Union Square, unfortunately, for Mike Nat.
I'm gonna go the opposite here. Give me Mike Nat in a semifinal game. I think he's the best scorer in the league.
No doubt.
3 minutes left. You want him on your team.
Yeah. If it's a close game, give me Mike Nat. If Mike Nat has the ball, tie game with the ball, he's gonna win. But I just think that Chaz is gonna have. It's gonna be also another question mark. I don't know if Joe Boo might be playing.
Wow, is he coming back?
Joe Boo hurt his elbow.
I know.
If Joe Boo's ready to go and is playing,
I don't think he's playing.
I don't think he is either. But if he is, I'm taking the Mike Nat.
But either way, Mike Nat, another amazing season. Abe Set will give you 15 with his eyes closed. Joe Boo, we lost him this year to injury. But guys number 5 and 6 on the squad, Marv and Menon.
And Dala's on that team.
I know Dala, but I'll get into Dala. Marv and Menon have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Menon lit us up for like 8 when we played him. He looked awesome.
I think both of those
Marv
guys...
is like the forward version of Campaign, giving you energy.
Yeah.
And Dala will give you 15 and 10. He's pretty.
Will
consistent.
he give you 15 and 10? Yeah, he'll give you 15 and 10. And I'll say this: a lot of people came in, saying, "Oh, Mike Nat has 2 weak links on their team with Jack M and Marv," but they act like they progress throughout the season. And having Marv on the floor, like even if he's on you, it's not even for a captain. He's gonna fucking foul you. He's gonna make you earn it at the line. He's gonna dive on the floor and fucking hurt your finger or some shit.
Always vertical Marv.
It's vertical
always
Marv.
horizontal Marv.
Horizontal Marv. Yeah. Listen, it's gonna be a tie one.
All right. I'm excited. Unfortunately, I won't be at either semifinal matchup. I will be in Italy because I'm loaded.
And where are you staying?
Kind of Volpe because I'm loaded.
Because of the book.
But that's basically all for the semifinal matchups.
And then, sorry to cut you off, Lou. So your predictions are Lennon Shidduch and...
Yeah, we're getting a rematch in the final.
Lennon Shidduch, and he thinks it's going to be Mike Nat. Who wins that matchup in the finals, in your opinion?
I think Shiesty goes 2 for 2.
Wow.
Man. The guy looks unbeatable right now.
Are you giving more credit to his team or to Shiesty himself?
I think he has a really good supporting cast this year. I'm saying as a team.